Hello everyone, my name is Christopher Wong, better known as Chef Wong Yi from Crib Cafe. Today is Mother's Day 2015. It's actually a 2-year anniversary of something that happened to me in this location of Walgreens in Hollywood on the corner of Sunset and Vine. It was actually 2 years ago that I was assaulted with a deadly weapon inside the location of Walgreens, as I was hired by an independent contractor by a marketing firm named Collective Bias to shoot a marketing video for Walgreens at approximately 6:35 a.m. 2 years ago on Mother's Day. Normally Mother's Day would be a joyous occasion, but every year is a constant reminder of what had happened to me. As I was walking into location with my camera equipment, as I was hired to shoot a video, I was wheeling in my equipment, and to which I was assaulted by a homeless by the name of Charlton Sanders. He took my own tripod away from my possession and repeatedly beating me inside the Walgreens locations. To this date, this year, Mr. Sanders was convicted of assault with a deadly weapon earlier this year in front of a jury of 12 people. I would like to thank all the DDAs that were on the case. The first one being DDA Stephen Gates during the prelim, and then I'll also like to thank DDA Sandra Pena for being the closing DDA on the case. And the status of Charlton Sanders is that he was convicted and he was sentenced to 8 years in state penitentiary, to which he is still serving time. But in terms of my injuries from 2 years ago, I received 8 staples to cover up a wound on my head, to which I was bleeding profusely inside the Walgreens location, as well as defensive wounds on my fingers and hands, as well as a bruise across my body. I'm sure that you are curious as to why I decided to break my silence about this. I just wanted the public to know that if you ever enter a Walgreens location, that you will not be protected. Even 2 years later, there is still no visible security guard at the entrance. I did come here even last year on the 1-year anniversary to the date of Mother's Day, and there was still no security guard visually present inside the Walgreens locations. We're in Hollywood, so there's a lot of homeless people, a lot of crazy people, and no one knows what will happen. I don't know what was going to happen once I was entering the facility 2 years ago, to which I was actually hired to enter a Walgreens location. I had 0 security with me, and there was 0 security provided by Walgreens for me to actually conduct business in their location. There's also a civil case to which I am suing Walgreens, as well as the company that hired me, Collective Bias. We feel that it was negligent to which the incident occurred to me. There should have been some form of security, and proof of that is I actually did complete the video that I was hired to do approximately maybe a month later. I was still recovering from my injuries, and it was actually hard to operate the camera due to the injuries on my fingers and hands, as well as my head. Still recovering from that. But there was actually a security guard at the front entrance of the door when I was there, as well as a extra person on the crew provided by Collective Bias to, quote, watch everything. I did feel more secure when that happened, but yet I am still suffering from anxiety. I always feel like I am watching my back. I oftentimes feel unsafe when I can't visually see or control my environment. I'm still trying to get over things. And the Walgreens and or the position that Collective Bias and Walgreens are taking is that I caused my own injuries by actually turning and looking towards Mr. Sanders, who assaulted me. There's also a videotape that shows otherwise, that I did not chase Mr. Sanders. I did not try to assault Mr. Sanders, and I was just a victim, to which I was hit 3 times on the back of my head and fell to the ground with a metal tripod, with my own metal tripod about that big. I just feel as you, the general public, should know that once you enter a Walgreens, that they will not protect you and they will not take care of you if anything happened. I really don't know if it's because I'm just one person. I really don't know if it's a racial or ethnic angle. I do not know the ethnicity of the Walgreens owning company or Collective Bias. I know that I'm an Asian American living in Los Angeles, and as I was assaulted by a black homeless named Charlton Sanders. This may be something that they're trying to cover up. There's been no press, and I have let no one really know of this incident. But I feel sometimes right now the public needs to know. If I don't feel, if things don't go well for me, I just kind of feel like I'm gonna call for a boycott of Walgreens, this location, as well as all locations. There is not one security guard still here at this time. But there's a Trader Joe's a block away that has a full-time security guard inside. Now, wouldn't you feel much safer going to a location, any store, that has at least one visible security guard to deter anything happening to you or your family or any employees of any facility that you walk into? I do not know the position of any other Walgreens to have security, but I feel within this Hollywood environment, overnight, and they are a 24-hour facility, they should at least have one visible security guard to protect you, me, your family, their employees. I do not know much about the case, the civil case between me and the parties involved, but I do know that in a civil trial of 12 jurors and 6 alternates, it only takes 9 votes of the 12, and the burden of proof is not beyond a reasonable doubt. The burden of proof is only probably or not. So the burden of proof is only 50% plus 1 that Walgreens and collective bias holds responsibility for what happened to me 2 years ago, Mother's Day. And what is the burden of proof of 50% plus 1? Often, these are the scales of justice. Oftentimes, the burden of proof in a civil trial is just 50% plus 1. It's often called the featherweight of evidence. The featherweight of evidence tips the scales just slightly in our favor, that Walgreens and collective bias hold accountability more probably than not of what happened to me. I just want to thank you for watching, and I do hope that you feel safe wherever you go, and I hope that other companies provide a better level of security than this Walgreens location. Even to this day, I always have to watch my back. I'm always super aware of my surroundings. I could note there's a lot of things that you may take for granted, like wearing headphones and listening to your music while you walk down the street. I will never feel safe in doing that. I know it seems like something small to many of you, but I do really love music. I love listening to music, but I do not, and probably will never have that level of safeness and security. I will always have anxiety if I ever did that. I can never do that. I will always have a scar on the back of my head, approximately this big. Every time I shave my head, it will always be there as a constant reminder of what happened to me. And family never really, they say it to me once in a while that I've changed since that time. So in a way, I like to say that I changed for the better because I'm more aware of my surroundings. But sometimes they feel as a detriment to me as a person, and that sort of hurts because I always want to protect my family and my loved ones. So, thank you for your time watching. You will make your own judgments. You will go to where you want to go. You will shop where you want to shop. You will buy what you want to buy. But at this time, so far, I would ask for you to not step into any Walgreens locations, just due to the fact that I don't want you to be hurt by anyone else, and that they will not protect you, and they will not cover you after such an incident. Thank you for your time.